Hi, Bays. It's your girl, Chayla, creator of Bayology, a real life study of love and relationships. Coming to you once again with another installment of Bayology. And, it's been a while since I posted. So I want to say hello to my bays, new and old. I appreciate y'all so very much for rocking with me for almost 3 years now. And if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you can make sure not to miss any more videos. Please share, please leave a comment below. I really do feed off of you guys' energy. So, I want to know your thoughts, and I want to know your comments. So those are definitely welcomed. And I'm gonna just get to the chase. I was having a dialogue with myself, and people say, well, it's fine to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself back. Ha ha ha. But no, I do have a dialogue with myself. And I think a large part of it is that it's like myself, like my human self and my higher self have conversations all the time. And I know it's my higher self because it's something that my human self would not have thought of. Or the angle. Usually the point of view isn't necessarily altruistic, but it is something that didn't source from me, Chayla, the human being. So it's usually something outside of the scope of my thought process, which is how I know it's my higher self. So anyways, having a dialogue with myself about relationship sustainability and how to know if your relationship is actually sustainable. When I was thinking about just my relationships and the odds and the sustainability, and I was looking at other people's relationships and their sustainability and what, I haven't been able to pin down the actual fabric of what constitutes as a sustainable relationship. But what I can say is that it's a couple of things that it's not. Time is not a factor in the sustainability of a relationship. So I want to go to before I go back to time. My thoughts are all over the place. Please bear with me. I won't be before you long. The definition of sustainability is the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. Second definition is the avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. Now, I like both of those definitions. I'll tell you why in a second. Now, going back to time is not a factor in sustainability because you have people that have been together for almost a lifetime, and they don't make it. And it wasn't because they were together for all this time. Time is not a factor. Time is no longer a factor in the unraveling of that relationship. Okay? So we can't say that it's time. So I've ruled that out. And so with that being said, thinking about my experiences that I have had, if I find that a lot of times how a relationship starts kind of gives a pretty good chance, or it reveals the odds of that relationship being sustainable. So if a relationship starts out of order, most of the time, if it starts out of order, it continues out of order. And the sustainability becomes compromised. Okay? Sustainability becomes compromised a couple of different ways. Main focus and point, the number one threat to sustainability in a relationship is outside forces. So if I have other variables outside of my relationship dictating the success of my relationship, it probably won't be a successful relationship, because I am not creating sustainability within my own little ecosystem, according to the definition. I am leaving it up to outside variables to do that for me, which means that I have not learned the skill of how to sustain a relationship from the inside. So when you're talking about the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance, that literally is what happens. There's a depletion of natural resources in a relationship, and that throws everything out of balance, right? Natural resources. So you can look at love, trust, honesty, respect, compassion, empathy, all of those awesome things that are needed for a successful relationship. You can look at that as natural resources. So once those things begin to deplete or erode or decay, then the foundation of your relationship is now cracked and is in threat of falling apart. So with that being said, like I said, how relationships start are a serious indicator of sustainability. What else did I want to say? Oh, speaking of outside sources. So if the sustainability of my relationship rests on a public appearance, you can hang it up. That's not sustainable. If I allow what other people think of my relationship or other people's perception of my relationship to be the driving force or the motivation for me to stay in the relationship, I have no relationship, period. If the sustainability of my relationship is contingent upon me bending all the time, 24/7, me compromising, then that means that I am in a relationship at the cost of my own personal peace. And once I stop bending and once I choose to stop compromising, then my relationship is no longer sustainable. Do you guys and gals get what I'm saying here? So, like I said, I was having a dialogue with myself about sustainability and kind of just looking at my relationships in the past that I've had that were not sustainable, and those like common threads that led to those things. And I find that a lot of times that the reasons or the things that I've mentioned are very common. It's very common. People stay in relationships for all kind of other reasons outside of the fact that they just want to be in it. You know, some people don't want to be in it, but there's so many other things attached to it. Like my kids are at home and I want to see them every day, or financially I'm tied up and so I really can't afford to leave, or whatever excuse people can come up with, well, such and such wants him or wants her, and I know that they do, and I know that I have a faithful person, so I'm going to stay in this relationship so that such and such don't get them, because I don't want them, but I don't want nobody else to have them. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, yeah, I just thought that I would bring you a word on today about sustainability. How do I know if my relationship is sustainable? And so if you have any other questions, I'm very like sing-songy right now. If you have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a message, an email, hit me up on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. Don't hit me up on Facebook. I'm working on the Facebook. I'm trying to get better at that. If you have not already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, like the video, share the video. This information needs to get out. It needs to get out, and people really need to know about sustainability, because that is literally that's the crux of longevity of a relationship. How well can you sustain it? If you can't sustain it, you ain't got shit. I said it. And I said what I said. So, like I said, I just want to thank each and every one of you babes, near and far, wherever you are. I just ask that you be kind to one another. The world is ugly enough. Be kind. It doesn't cost a thing. Until next time, babes. Bye.